Hey guys, welcome back to another Mythic Legions review. We have King Bromden Ironjaw up for review today from the Advent of Decay series. On the side of the package, we have a picture of Bromden Ironjaw with a short story about him. On the back of the package, we have the new Advent of Decay art with a short paragraph on the lore of Mythic Legions. So let's get them out. Mythic Legions come in collector-friendly packaging. They are easy to remove or put back into the package for storage. King Bromden Ironjaw is the ruler of the Kingdom of Ironhold. Located deep within Greyvein Mountain, the dwarves mine metals and transform them into masterly crafted weapons for trade. The dwarves have forged an uneasy alliance with the local goblins that also live within the mountain. Both King Ironjaw and King Noglin have both profited greatly from this alliance and became the two richest kingdoms in the land of Mythos. But blinded by greed and power, both kings have decided to make a deal with Gorgo Etherblade and steer their kingdoms into a dark future. Let's check out some details. Bromden has a bald head with a very large braided beard. You can really see the character's old age, as he has wrinkles sculpted into his forehead with a few bags under his eyes. The beard has thick strands of braided hair, and it's sculpted very well with a few black and gold decorations at the tips. On the side of the head, we don't have much to look at. A well-sculpted ear and sideburns finishes the head of this figure. The chest armor is painted solid jet black with the golden trim and brown paint filling up the decorative sculpting. On the back we have more of that gold trimming on the armor. Not too much going on in the back, but we will be covering most of this area up with shoulder armor later on. The shoulders have layers of plated armor stacked over each other. More of that gold trim and brown paint run down the center. The brown and gold gauntlets use heavy dwarven style forearms with the armored glove. On the front we have a black armored belt holding brown leather armor riveted together with golden studs. On the side of the thighs we have more of that heavy plated armor with golden rivets and trim. The layers of the plate are decorated with a brown stripe down the center. Underneath the skirts we have chainmail thighs that transition into more of that heavy black plated armor. The dwarven style legs use large knee guards and heavy plates of armor underneath. We finish up the last of the gold trim on the figure here. The jet black boots are layered over each other connected with golden rivets. Let's take a look at the articulation. We have a ball jointed head with the beard getting way of most of the articulation, shoulders that open and rotate, an elbow that bends and rotates, a rotating forearm, wrists that bend up and down and rotate. We have a ball jointed waist, legs that open, move forward and back, thighs that rotate, knees that bend and rotate, boots that rotate, bend up and down with sideways rotation at the toes. Let's check out all the accessories. We get an alternate head, a standard knight helm, and matching paint. The topper can be removed and placed with a different type if you had any. The alternate head comes in matching paint colors with more of that gold trimming and brown paint down the center. Installing the head is as easy as popping out the original and placing the new head onto the ball joint. We have a strip of black fur with a cut down the center. Sliding it over the neck joint and under the beard keeps it from moving around. We get a pair of shoulder armor matching the paint of the rest of the armor. To install the shoulder armor, you match the peg with the sockets on the back. They have a bit of rotation to help with the shoulder articulation. We have a bright red cape with holes punched in at the top. It's made out of a stretchy cloth. To install the cape, you thread the shoulder pegs through the holes on the cloth and install the shoulder armor onto the figure. You can then fluff the cape out for a better effect. The king comes with his own golden crown. It's detailed very nicely and the paint is applied very well. There are no sockets or anything holding the crown in place, you just place it on top of his head. We get a large dwarven shield in jet black with a gold trim. On the back you can remove the handle to pop out the face of the shield. We don't get anything to replace it with, but it's a feature in these shields. The large dwarven greatsword is painted black with a worn out gold applied to the blade. The dwarven axe is nicely detailed in a matching gold and black paint job. The large dwarven hammer comes with a double-sided head, each painted and detailed very well. The head is removable, but we don't get anything to replace it with. At the other end of the staff, we have spikes with pointed edges painted silver. We get a standard pair of wing adapters if you wanted your king to fly away. I actually don't think wings will fit on the dwarves, but it's up to you. And we get a standard belt, meant to fit the larger 1.0 bodies. King Bromden Ironjaw is personally one of my favorite figures, and that's saying a lot as I don't like the dwarf style bodies. I like his background story too. He's a king of the race of dwarves, yet he has an alliance with the goblins and other evil characters in the lore, something you don't expect of dwarf characters. While his armor is mostly jet black, that doesn't take away from the detail of the figure. Tons of golden highlights and his fur and cape really make this figure pop out in anyone's collection. Accessory wise, this figure has an insane value. 3 new 2.0 weapons, a new shield, alternate heads, 2 pieces of cloth and a crown that you can put on other figures. I would buy this figure just to share the accessories with other figures. This figure hits all the right spots in terms of value, and it really feels like a premium figure. Overall, he's a really great figure. Personally, I think he's a must-have even if you're only sticking to a certain type of figure, race, or faction. He's also a major character in the story of Mythic Legions, and he pairs up well with the goblins and other dwarves. Pick this character up if you have the chance. The accessories alone make this figure worth getting. Alright guys, that'll do it for me. More reviews are coming up soon, and check out my other reviews while you wait.